Who would have thought that traveling to an island off of Washington would lead to one of the most intense ghost stories I've ever lived to tell? Who would have thought? I was just in the middle of getting ready and I was like, I need to tell the story of the time I saw a literal ghost, which had happened multiple times before that, but not like this. This was something. And I've got to tell it. Let me set the scene with some backstory. I'm 14 years old. I got invited for my best friend to go visit her family on an island off of Washington, the San Juan Islands, during the summer. Absolutely, yes, of course I'm gonna go book a trip. We get to Seattle, we get on a ferry, we end up going to this island. Also keep in mind, I've been able to see people who had passed away since I could start talking, so literally since I was born. I've always seen these things, and also children between the ages of conception and 7 years old have an active pineal gland. They're able to see in between realms that we are unable to see as adults, especially when we get hardened by life and by subconscious programming, and that starts to play out even more. We start to lose our magic if the third eye is not exercised and encouraged. My third eye was wide fucking open. My mom always knew that I was gifted. My mom is very gifted. My aunts are very gifted. My grandparents on both sides are very gifted. I come from a family of psychics and intuitives and healers. I also have multiple Scorpio placements, so what's life without a little ghost hunt, you know? We were in Washington for 10 days. The first few days, it's fine, it's chill. We're at her uncle's house, which there's a house and then there's another house for the room, and then the bathroom is in a completely separate building. Her and I were staying in a tent outside. Actually, I guess I have been camping. Yeah, I thought I'd never been camping, but I'm realizing right now, no, I've been camping. It's super foresty, we're in the woods, we're live, laugh, loving, we're having a great time. Was I already a little scared? Yeah. Yes. A few days into the trip, we end up going to visit her grandpa in his house, and obviously you can feel when the spirit is present, but we respect it. We respect those. If that's its space, it's its space. I'm upstairs in the art room, which is the room that we end up staying in. The room has 2 glass doors that go into the hallway, but we're at the very end of the hallway. Keep the doors in mind. So we're in the room, there's windows, right? We're looking out. There's a whole huge yard, like acres of land. And there's looks like a stable far out. I see a horse with blinders on. And I said, oh my God, the horse. My friend comes over, what are you talking about? I describe the horse. That horse passed away 10 years ago. Right. Already started off on a good one. I believe it was that day we end up going to this place called Roche Harbor. We wanted to go see the mausoleum or Coliseum. Hold on. Yep, it's a mausoleum. Reading the definition, I'm like, I did not know what that meant at 14. To get to that building, we had to walk through a cemetery, a grave site. It's a beautiful site. This one particular site stood out to me, and it had a white picket fence all around it. I just keep walking. May you all rest in peace, like respecting the space. I knew, like I said, I've dealt with ghosts from a very young age. We passed that point, I see a butterfly fly above, and I was like, oh, grandma. I notice it's a black butterfly with a border around the wings. That's not my grandma. That's not my grandma. I felt cold. You know the feeling of being watched? But like from every corner. I'm pretty sure I even told my friend right then, something doesn't feel right. Thought I was just spooked because of the whole scene. You know, like we're in a forest, walking through a cemetery because the cemetery was a forest. Anywho, we have a grand old time. We see the mausoleum. We go back to the house. That night, we're watching Bridesmaids. The couch that we're sitting on, TV's over here. I'm sitting on the couch right behind me, like against the wall is a window. It's a big window. I just feel something staring at us. We both look to each other and we're like, do you feel that? Do you feel that? Do you feel that? I was like, no, I feel something. We didn't even finish watching the movie. I really don't remember what happened in between that point and then the middle of the night. Probably like 12, 1 in the morning. We're laying in the bed. It's me and my best friend. The bed faces the 2 doors of the room that we are staying in that are full see-through glass. We're giggling. All of a sudden, I feel something not so funny. I feel something super serious. I feel something that is threatening. Actually, I feel something that is looking right at me. Okay, move beyond the little iPhone 4 screen. I see a woman, a gray woman, a transparent figure. My friend saw it too. We both silent. What the f are you talking about? I'm 5'9 3/4. I say 5'10 because it varies on the day. Some days I'm 5'10, some days I'm 5. Anyway, she was tiny. I would say 4'11", 5 foot, literally. She was little, like she looked like a little kid, but she was obviously a grown woman. Short, curly hair, wearing a teacher's dress, fully as if she was an 1800s get-up teacher's dress, not just like a modern day teacher's dress. No, absolutely not. See, it's gotten so serious I stopped doing my makeup. She's standing in the door, behind the door. So I've just, my friend immediately loses it. What are you talking about? She's used to this because I've talked about it, but not used to this in this way. I'm just so thankful that she saw it too, because if she didn't see it, I mean, I still would have experienced what was to come. It would have been way more scary. I would have been like, yeah. So we're watching, she's just standing there. And I see her and then she just disappears. There's a skylight, okay? She was playing with me. Like she was just throwing me around like I was her food and dinner for the night. I'm laying, we're on the bed. I look up, she's peering over into the skylight. What are you talking about? Just do it. Whatever you're gonna do, just do it already, please. And keep in mind, I have no idea who this is, what they want from me. I think it's just a wandering spirit. She comes from the top of the skylight into me, screaming at me, into me. I go into a state of nothingness. My friend at this time says my pupils are dilating like crazy. I immediately start crying and I keep saying, help me, you can help me, you know how to help me, you know how to help me, you can take me over, you can cross me over. What are you talking about? In mind, when I'm going through this, I am in the state of nothingness, right? I'm seeing this woman, she's begging and pleading with me, please help me, please help me, please help me, please help me. What are you talking about? What do you need help with? You can take me, you can cross me over, you can cross me over. Freaking out. And I was like, what are you talking about? Obviously to the other side. I'm like, sorry. It's just a little scary. She just kept saying, you can help me, you can help me, you can help me. Then she starts explaining her name. She says, my name is Elizabeth. I died in 1800s. I was a teacher, I was a superintendent. I stayed here because I died early and I wanted to stay for my family. I stayed here to be with them. They left the island right after I died. You have to help me cross over. I have been stuck. What? In that moment, see an image of that site, of her grave site, of the white picket fence all around it, huge. And I was like, oh my God. And then I saw the image of the butterfly and I was piecing everything together. And then the bridesmaid moment. I'm like, you can stop it. I'm obviously tripping. We're all having a breakdown. We're 14. Babies first, crossing the rainbow bridge, babies first exorcism. What I was brought to after that was a literal rainbow bridge. Like the rainbow bridge is real. I know it's obvious, we hear about it, but it's literally real. And there was bright white light. You just keep going to the light. So I was taking her to the light. Archangel Azrael was there, Archangel Michael was there, Archangel Uriel was there. All the archangels were there, even her passed on loved ones too. And literally her whole entire family was on the other side. She just like thanks me, runs over, it ends. I come back into life. Shaken up, so scared, depleted. I just got possessed. Like a force, you know. I was also verbalizing all of this to my friend as it was coming through. The spirit just had so much grief and so much loss and so much devastation too surrounding the passing. It was a traumatic type of experience that she got sick. So we look up Elizabeth Roche Harbor. Tell me why the obituary pops up with an image of her gravesite, her whole story. She was a superintendent for the local school. She did pass away because she was ill. Her husband took the children to the mainland after her passing because it was too much to bear. When I tell you, I was not the same after that. It's not funny. I was so scared. I was so scared. And then we had to go back to Roche Harbor. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful place, but I was just so traumatized. I was like, I need to go home. I still had like 4 or 5 days left of the trip. My mom ended up remembering when she was younger, her friend had a mom who would cross souls over to the other side and you get a mirror, do this whole thing. So I might actually make a video with my mom about that because it is fascinating. And you know, there wasn't really much she could do because she was in San Diego. I was in an island off Washington. I did end up still enjoying myself, of course. Like, thank God I had my best friend. We went to the lavender fields. The spiritual aspect of all of this, whenever you have spirits that are coming to bring them to the light, Archangel Azrael, cross them over. Archangel Azrael is an archangel who helps with transitions, death, rebirth, helping you transition out of an old cycle, and even literally helping usher spirits and beings onto the other side or into the other side so they can continue to evolve. Calling on Archangel Azrael is one of the greatest things that you can do when working with those types of things. Even when I see insect passing away, and if I can't revive it, because I can revive a lot of them most of the time, but if I can't, I'll say Archangel Azrael, bring them to the other side with peace and grace and ease. The thing about that experience for me was I had experienced so much intensity in my life that it kind of makes you want to turn off your gifts. But the thing about that is when you make that conscious decision, when you are so gifted and you can see beyond realms and in between realms like that, and you can see people who have passed over, even just different beings, different things, like your life feels like a living trip. And it is. All you do is shut yourself off to the light, especially when you're vibrating that fear, or you shut your gifts off out of fear, because that's what I had done. I had very bad sleep paralysis growing up. I always saw beings who had passed. I was haunted, you know, so it was very difficult to live when you're always being traumatized. At that point, I had shut off the light aspect, and because of that experience, I was able to turn it back on. It really did help me activate my gifts in a different way, but more so recognize that I had these gifts. I was born with them. You cannot shut them off. Ultimately, everything is initiation, and that's exactly what that was. So I'm very thankful to to that experience. And I had more ghost experiences way after that too. I have endless stories, so we can talk about that. It's the life of an intuitive, you know, you feel things, you see things, and they are real. They're very real. It's helped me, especially in personal readings too, channel certain people who have passed on. And even now moving through my life, whenever I feel things come to me, I can easily turn it to, you're either going to go to the light and move forward or move through, or you do not have permission to be here, and they honor that. It teaches you your strength. They only mess with you if you believe that they are more powerful than you. And if you believe that they are more powerful than you, you have to tune into your inner authority and be like, you do not have permission to be here. You've got to go. That was the time that I was haunted by a ghost and helped her cross over to the other side. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I post new videos every Friday for Venus Day. Happy Venus Day if you're watching on Friday. Let me know what other stories that you'd like to hear or even videos that you'd like to see. I got you. Thanks for getting ready with me. I'll see you next week. Bye. Shout out Elizabeth though, let me tell you.